Alright, today is August 29th, 2024. We are at James Master's house, claim number 0755557345. We're here to do a repairability test today, but we have marked up this whole entire roof again. I mean, there is widespread wind damage, about 105 wind damage shingles on the main front slope, about 62 wind damage shingles on the rear slope. Shingles poor condition, not repairable, widespread wind damage. I mean, there's widespread wind damage on every single slope of this roof. So it's not just minimal damage, there's a lot of damage here, for sure. So, 30 on the right. The left slope is the least affected slope. There's only this one left slope right here, and then the other little dormer over there. So, very small parts of the roof. Those only have 3 wind damage shingles on them, but again, the right has 30. This goes up underneath the back, wind damage on here, all in the front. So very widespread damage. So we'll be doing this repair test, but also we will be using normal roofing tools, a pry bar, hammer. I have the square there to show you 45 degrees. On July 24th, 2024, the adjuster on this file did send an email over saying that a roof snake does not have to be used. So we do have that documentation of her stating a roof snake did not have to be used. Her name was Vicki Robinson, one of y'all's Allstate adjusters, so we will not be using a roof snake. As we were advised that is not required, so we will be using normal roofing tools. As you can see, shingles are all sealed down. There's no creasing or anything. There is pretty good granular loss. Shingle is in poor condition, but everything is sealed down. We'll be replacing this one wind damage shingle right here. So we'll get to doing this repair and check the pliability of these shingles, but from what we can tell so far, just the condition, it's definitely not a repairable shingle, but we will do this repair test for you and see what's going on up here. So the nails are out of that first run of shingle. As you can see, it's still sealed down. So we'll have to take the nails out of this second run. The damaged shingle is out. So as you can see, there's some mat transfer. We'll get the old shingle, flip the old shingle back over. So you can see right here the mat transfer from one shingle to another. So this is already a first point of fail. Shingles should not create mat transfer whenever they're removed. As you can see, we were as careful as we possibly can. It is pretty warm outside too, so the shingles should be at their maximum pliability. I mean, it's probably around 85, 90 degrees. And the shingles, so again, should be very pliable, because when they're hot, they're obviously going to be more pliable. So this should be, again, their most pliable state, and they're already creating mat transfer. You can see all that matting right there, taking off matting below shingles. So we already have that first point of failing, but we will continue with the video. All right, on this square right here, you can see there's 45 degrees right in the middle. Okay, so 45 degrees is right in the middle of this level, or this square. That shingle is exactly at 45 degrees. So exactly 45 degrees right there. I'll take some additional photos from the side, well, you can see as well. But if you have, again, look at the nail strip. The nail strip is back up in here. Okay, so that's past the shaded point. 45 degrees. If you're nailing the hammer flush, that's as far as you can go up without hitting the shingle. So you're right on the edge right there. If you got to hammer straight down to nail the nail flush. So as you can see, we're about 1 inch below the nailing strip at 45 degrees. So with that being said, you will not be able to swing that hammer flush and get that nail flush down in there. And again, that's at 45 degrees. I'll be taking a photo of that as well for you so you can see. So to nail this shingle in properly, we will have to lift it up a little higher past 45 degrees to be able to get this nail flush to the roof deck, and do a proper repair. So again, we'll be as careful as we possibly can. We won't try to lift it up much higher than we have to. The bare minimum, again, being as careful as we possibly can on this repair test right here. See, trying to lift it up as minimal as possible, but if you don't lift it up enough, already just, the shingle's so brittle, it just crushed the edge right there. So again, trying to be as careful as we possibly can, and going as slow as we possibly can, but the shingles are not in great condition, so they are failing the repair test. We have mat transfer. Alright, we do have the shingle back in. As you can see, area, you know, again, we'll go back to the first point of failure, was the mat transfer. And then the shingles, I mean, you barely touch them with a hammer, it rips. We also have a paintbrush up here, very soft, doesn't do any damage. We got a control area here, untouched shingle. Rub it with a paintbrush, no granulars come off whatsoever, very, very soft, doesn't do any damage. Again, see, no granulars are coming off. Let's go back here to the repair test now. We're starting to see those creases, all the granulars coming off. So you can see they're starting to crease right here. We have a crease starting right here, crease starting right here, starting a crease right here, right here. We'll have this point of failure, and then mat transfer. Mat transfer, do have a rip shingle, crease shingle. So MT, there was 2 shingles, crease or tear, it's 1, 2, 3. C-T stands for crease or tear, 3. So that's 5 shingles damaged while trying to repair 1 shingle. So this does not indemnify the insured per their policy. This does not put them back in pre-loss condition. This actually creates further damage and puts them in a worse position they did or they were prior. So as we showed you earlier in the video, I mean, there's widespread wind damage from one end of this house to the other. So this would be a failed repair.